Imagine a woman who has been the face of love, laughter, and charm on the big screen for decades. Someone who can make you smile with just a glance. That woman is Meg Ryan. At 63, she has lived a life full of surprises, stories, and moments that many would call bold, daring, and perhaps even a little shocking. Some even call her the most indecent woman in the world. But what does that mean? And why is the world still fascinated by her? Stick around, because her story is more fascinating than you might think. Meg Ryan was not born with a spotlight shining on her. She was born on November 19th, 1961, in Fairfield, Connecticut. As a child, she loved performing, although she did not know it would one day take her to Hollywood. She studied drama in college, hoping to one day act in films or on television. But even then, no one could predict how big she would become. Her early career started with small roles in television shows. She was not famous yet, but she was determined. She worked hard, taking roles that many might have avoided, just to get experience. And this is where the first signs of her bold personality began to show. Meg Ryan was not afraid to be different. She was not afraid to take risks, even if it meant being criticized or misunderstood. Then came the film that made her a household name, When Harry Met Sally in 1989. Who could forget that iconic diner scene? Meg Ryan's charm, her humor, and her ability to be relatable, yet playful, captivated audiences. People loved her. But behind that sweet smile was a woman who was quietly challenging what Hollywood expected from actresses, especially women. The 1990s were Meg Ryan's golden years. She became the queen of romantic comedies, starring in movies that made people laugh, cry, and fall in love all over again. She was not just playing a character. She was showing women that it was okay to be funny, emotional, clumsy, confident, and human all at once. And yes, she did it in a way that some people called indecent, not in a bad way, but because she broke the rules of what women were supposed to act like on screen. But Meg Ryan's story is not just about movies. Her personal life also caught the world's attention. From high-profile relationships to heartbreaks that became public news, she lived her life openly. Some called her choices shocking. Others admired her courage to be herself in a world that often judges women harshly. She made decisions that many would not dare to make, and that boldness added to her indecent image, a woman who does not follow the rules just because society expects it. Even after her peak years in the 1990s, Meg Ryan did not stop experimenting. She tried different roles, from dramas to thrillers, showing the world that she was not just the girl next door from romantic comedies. Some movies worked, some did not, but she never stopped taking risks. And that is exactly why people still talk about her. She did not just follow a path. She created her own. Now, at 63, Meg Ryan is still vibrant, still fascinating, and still unapologetically herself. She may not appear in blockbusters like she used to, but her influence remains. Younger actresses look up to her for showing that it is okay to be bold, to be imperfect, and to embrace life fully. Her indecent reputation is really about daring to be different, daring to challenge norms, and daring to be human. The world loves Meg Ryan because she is real. She makes mistakes, she laughs at herself, and she does not pretend to be something she is not. That authenticity has made her a legend. People remember her not just for her roles, but for her spirit. The so-called indecency is not about scandal, it is about freedom. Freedom to live, act, and be herself without worrying about judgment. So, when someone calls Meg Ryan the most indecent woman in the world, they're not talking about her breaking laws or being scandalous. They are talking about a woman who refused to be ordinary, who took risks in her career and personal life, and who continues to inspire millions by simply being herself. That, in its own way, is truly extraordinary. Meg Ryan has shown the world that age does not limit boldness, that charm does not need to be quiet, and that being unapologetically yourself is the most powerful thing anyone can do. At 63, she is not just a legend of Hollywood. She is a reminder that life is for living, and sometimes living a little indecently is the best way to do it. And that is why, decades later, Meg Ryan still captures our attention. Not because she is perfect, but because she is fearless. Not because she follows the rules, but because she makes her own. And that is a story worth watching again and again.